You might begin to notice, when you imagine installing a new operating system, something begins to shift. Not because you force anything, but because there's a part of you that already knows how to let go of what was, and fully welcome what's becoming. Just like a gardener doesn't yell at the soil to grow faster. The most powerful transformations often begin in silence, and somewhere inside you, a deeper part is beginning to realize. When you focus on combining all the following ideas, when you decide to install them unconsciously as your new belief system, everything begins to realign. Because, let me tell you a story. There once was a young architect of thought who discovered the blueprints they'd been using were not his own. As he traced the lines of limitation, he realized he could draw again, from scratch, with colours of clarity and frameworks of freedom. So he did, and everything changed. Just like that. You might already be asking yourself, what would it be like if every belief I carried moved me forward? Because billionaires, they don't just have wealth, they embody certainty. They walk in with a presence that says, I belong here, and I bring change with me. And while others ask for permission, they act. Not recklessly, but relentlessly, because they understand failure is feedback, wealth is a byproduct of value. Thinking beyond limits creates limitless living. And you too can adopt this, not by trying hard, but by remembering how easily you learned to walk, without reading a book, without a single self-help video. You modelled, you mirrored, you mastered, just like now. As your unconscious begins to model vision, resilience, unshakable confidence, you already know what it feels like to be deeply certain. And the more examples you imagine, the more this new architecture begins to solidify. Imagine a day where you wake up and naturally feel the wealth is your birthright, that opportunities chase you, that risk is a playground, not a punishment. Because billionaires believe the world is flexible. People follow certainty. People create luck by taking bold, aligned action. You feel that now, don't you? That quiet sense of click, as if the belief installs itself. And in that click, you remember. Your state is the source of your reality. When you feel strong, you act boldly. When you believe you're enough, the world reflects it. And perhaps you're wondering what happens when these beliefs begin to work together, like gears in a finely tuned engine. One belief fuels the next. Wealth fuels generosity. Generosity creates connection. Connection creates loyalty. Loyalty builds empires. And perhaps right now, you're starting to install this truth. You are a visionary who sees beyond the obvious. You're a leader whose energy changes rooms. You're a creator who sculpts reality with thought and follow-through. As these identities install themselves, you might be realizing everything you've ever faced prepared you to own this new operating system. It's as if you're now noticing how easily you can adopt the patterns of billionaires. Long-term thinking, strategic collaboration, proactive networking, scalable processes, feedback-driven refinement, each one clicking into place like keys in a code that unlocks your fullest self. And here's the interesting part. The more you play with these beliefs, the more they become you, the more natural they feel, the more you realize they're always there, just waiting to be activated. Like seeds in fertile soil, all they needed was sunlight and attention, and now they grow. Right now. The idea is growing that you don't need permission to succeed. You don't need to hope. You choose, you do, and you become. You don't chase results, you embody results. Because the strongest frame wins, and your frame is becoming unbreakable. You've begun to understand that perception is reality, and reality is malleable, and you are the sculptor. This is when everything aligns. When belief becomes behaviour. When energy meets strategy. When passion merges with process. Because You're the kind of person who creates from vision. You speak in ways that move people. You give in ways that transform. You act in ways that shift futures. And maybe, just maybe, you're realizing now, this isn't something you learned. It's something you remembered. And from this moment forward, this new belief system, this new operating system, runs automatically in the background, in the body, in the voice, in the presence, installing, integrating, becoming, just like that, just like you. Because this is who you are now.